Okay, enough fun in Excel for right now. Let's pop back over to PowerPoint to review a couple of the concepts that you need to keep in mind when you are making your pocket price span. Now, just as a summary, the pocket price span, it is a histogram, and it can show you what the pocket price is by either frequency of transactions, the number of records you have in your data set, as the Excel histogram showed, or you can also weight it by something else. For instance, the pocket revenue is what I generally weight my pocket price bands by. It helps show you exactly where the majority of your revenue is coming from. And ultimately, it does show you what type of variation you have between your customers within your data set. We we have already seen a few examples of what you can do with a histogram with a pocket price band. This is yet another example. In this case, the pocket revenue along the vertical axis is exactly the same. It as what we created in Excel. However, the horizontal axis is different here. This shows your pocket price as a percentage of a target price. So it's actually referring higher up in the price waterfall to some type of reference price. And what this indicates to me is that at some point, someone in your company made a strategic decision and said, this is the target price for this product. This is what we expect our salespeople to be selling this product at. And furthermore, we are actually going to measure what your actual achievement is to that target. Now, not every firm has an actual target price for all of their products, but you can see that this is just yet one more way of taking your data set and using the pocket price band to provide additional insights into what's going on. For instance, you can see the largest single bin here is the 90 to 95%. Now, depending on what the corporate strategy is, what the corporate goal is for that, this could be a really good result. I mean, if their overall goal for the company was to meet 80% of the target, they're doing fantastic. As a matter of fact, you even have transactions here in which they achieved higher than their target price. So this is just one more way of looking at what you can potentially do with a pocket price band. Now, the insights that you can generally get, if we dig in a little more, largest thing is that it lets you know just what type of market heterogeneity exists for you. Heterogeneity, that just means that there is a difference between your customers out in the market. Everything isn't homogeneous. Everything isn't exactly the same. There are some type of differences that exist in your data set. And for instance, looking at this pocket price band, some of the questions that come to mind for me is, okay, what is driving these low prices down here? Is there some type of behavior that the customer is engaging in that we're rewarding with a lower price? Or is there some type of market variable, some type of categorizing that customer that's significantly different for those that are getting the low prices versus those that are paying very high prices? Are they a customer that's at least does $10 million worth of business every year, and we're offering them some type of volume discount on the basis of that? The pocket price band allows you to start to review what you see and to just start to dig into what's causing this. And ultimately, what you want to be able to do is for these transactions, they're over here on the left with, in this case, they have a low percentage achieved of the target price. Well, can you eliminate more of those transactions? Can you discourage more of those sales being closed so low? And on the other hand, for everything up here to the far right of your pocket price band, is there anything you can do to encourage more sales like that? Like, what are the details here? Is it just one or two salespeople who are out there closing deals like that? Do they have some sort of secret, or is it they have a large account where the customer isn't as price sensitive as the rest of the market? I mean, what is going on? How can you increase what's happening on the right side of this chart while decreasing what's happening on the left side? That's ultimately the types of questions that will move you forward through a pricing project. And the pocket price band, it does show you price variation, but is price variation in and of itself bad? No, not necessarily. If the price variation is there because it is intentional, it is planned, it reflects the fact that you do have some type of market heterogeneity. You have some sort of difference between your different customers. If you have a difference between your customers, it's very, very possible that they have a different willingness to pay. If they have a different willingness to pay, you should be charging them different prices. So if your price variance is due to an intentional strategy, something planned, then the price variance, it means that you're following your corporate strategy, your pricing strategy, so everything's all good. If on the other hand, you have a bunch of unintentional, unplanned price variance, and in some cases you don't even know why this customer received such a very, very low price. Everything you're looking at doesn't make any sense. No one can seem to give you a straight answer about why they got the discount. Someone started giving it to them years and years ago, and they just keep asking for it every year. Well, there's not a lot of purpose behind that decision, behind that price concession you're offering. It's essentially a lost opportunity, and you may actually be increasing your business risk, because if you're offering a super low price to one customer and they go out and tell all their friends, especially if they're similarly sized companies, and they realize that hey, not everyone is paying the same price I am, maybe I'm paying a little high, that's going to complicate your pricing, to say the very least. So it's very, very important to make sure that if you are offering price concessions, there's some sort of intentionality behind it. There's a purpose behind it. The pocket price band, ultimately, it can't really identify whether the variance you're seeing is strategic or not, but it at the very least lays out all the facts on the table. It allows you to have an honest, straightforward conversation with your pricing team, so that all of you working together as a group can try to figure out why that price variance is there and whether or not it should be there. Because, with price variance, what is important is whether or not it serves a strategic purpose, not whether or not it exists. So, with that being said, that is all of the material I have for you today. Thank you so much for your attention. My contact information is here in case you wish to keep in touch. Feel free. And I certainly do encourage you to join our email newsletter and check out our materials on Wiglaf Pricing and Wiglaf Journal. So thanks once again.